I'm Sofia Nuvoloni, and this is the reflection on the consultancy project, as well as some future prospects for my contribution to sustainability. So, for me, sustainability is very important when integrated with community building and social cohesion. In fact, I think these two aspects need to always be combined. And my contribution to this nexus is currently working in a startup in Utrecht where we create sustainable green designs for the city. We are called Groene Gevels, and our mission is not only to create an urban jungle full of greeneries, but also to plant neighborly connections, because green projects have this power to connect neighbors and to make sure that you actually know who's living around you. And we really like to emphasize this nexus during our projects to residents, and some of our values are listed here on the screen. And while I was working on the consultancy project, I could see some similarities between Infram and Groene Gevels, because they're both focused on creating a future-proof and resilient city that can meet sustainable goals, but at the same time create community. During the whole process with working with Infram and also during our meetings with the client, I was often wondering about their values, and some main values that stood out to me that are close to my idea of sustainability are mobility innovation, so how technology can help us create sustainable and future-proof cities, and also connecting stakeholders, which is one of the most important parts for the successful implementation of a district heating. That's why our impact deliverable was also focusing on a stakeholder event. Reflecting on the group process, I have very beautiful memories about my teammates Emma, Andrea, and Selma. I feel like our team was very well balanced and dynamic, and we had a very good understanding of each other. The Belbin roles were quite balanced. We had a coordinator, Emma. She was great at organizing tasks and to-dos, and also listening to others, considering all ideas very carefully, and also she's great at leading. But at the same time, we had two team workers, me and Andrea. I was also a research investigator, good at getting things done, but at the same time finding new ideas, while Andrea was also an implementer, very proactive, and he would get things done very quickly. While Selma, she was also an implementer, and she would outline and finalize documents and do a lot of research. If I had to reflect on what could have gone better, I would say, first of all, that Emma could have delegated more tasks and more work to us. And also, we should have kept track of deadlines maybe more efficiently. And lastly, also, we could have found meeting times through making polls on WhatsApp, for example. But reflecting on what I could have done better, I was often told to do more interventions, to be more active. So I will definitely work on giving feedback more often, also doing more interactions and checking how everyone's work is going. So overall, I'm very content with my group and our work, and also from the first peer evaluation to the second one, I didn't notice big changes, mostly because we were a very balanced group. When reflecting about our relation to Infram, I could summarize it as a co-learning experience, because they were really open to feedback and they were also, of course, guiding us into the process. I was also very surprised and happy to see that this firm is very non-hierarchical in structure. And with this, I mean that their roles were pretty interchangeable, and also they were allowing us to be very creative with the process. For example, in the division of the groups, or how we would have created an integrative advice. So I really liked our learning partnership. However, I feel like we could have had more in-presence meetings to get to know each other more, because we only had one meeting in presence and all the others were online or by email. And I feel like this probably slowed down our communication a bit. But despite this small negative side, I do think co-learning was achieved. And also, as a first consultancy experience I've ever had, I feel like we really provided the client with genuine help, especially around stakeholder engagement, transition risks, and opportunities that we identified in the report. So this can help the client push forward with more realistic plans for the municipality of Zwijndrecht. And this gave me even more desire and curiosity to do more consultancy projects, because I really liked the whole process. However, as a little remark, as long as I really liked the project and also helping Court Ambacht becoming more sustainable and future-proof, I feel like I wouldn't choose Infram again, because I would like to experience a firm that is not a consultancy firm, in order to see how I would operate in that case, because this was a bit of a limitation from our side, that we were both working for Infram, our clients, but at the same time for the municipality of Zwijndrecht. To conclude my reflections on this project, I can affirm that working with Infram has only reinforced my belief for community-led projects, especially where residents are at the heart of a transition, whether it being an energy transition or a mobility transition. And it showed me that to achieve this transition, stakeholder engagement is one of the most important things to do, especially in the early stages. And I realized that this is something I would like to work on in the future. One of my potential goals and objectives, and something that I really care about. And lastly, this project made me realize once again how important the social dimension is for an energy transition, along with the technical dimension, because no groundbreaking technology can be validated and implemented without spreading awareness and actually increasing social engagement.